Hey friends, this is a walkthrough of my Minecraft Infdev world. I started playing on it recently. I hadn't really played Minecraft before and just going through some old versions, and this version seems pretty cool. So let me give you a tour of my house and world. Yeah, this is just my house. You can see my big painting here. I have a forest over here, and the idea is that, whenever I need wood, I can just come chop it. And I've already planted the saplings, so they'll just grow whenever you chop trees down. So let's go inside. The first floor is pretty basic. I've got like working chests here. This is kind of like where all my iron and gold stuff is. Got the tool workbench thing and the furnaces, and got some other items in here like signs, and I've got little blocks from the dungeons and stuff like that. I also have my food in here, and then I've got the wood chest over there, and then like here of course is all the coal, and I've got stone and sand and other types of blocks in these chests. This is like my working floor. I had an empty chest over here for like some equipment that I might not need, but they kind of became over in that chest and I didn't really need this one. But I'll show you this room here in a second. Going upstairs, I have kind of like an extra storage room. This is all just a bunch of stone, like in a bunch of these chests, just tons and tons of stone. Then I have some dirt and some more coal over here. And then I also have a back part of my house, which I'll show up from the outside, but it's kind of a glass looking pane on this. It's pretty cool and overlook. Then on the third floor, I've got a painting, like art museum room, right? So I have all the different versions of the paintings. And I like the wool block a lot. That's probably my favorite block in this version. This is the overlook outside of my world, right? You can see how far in the distance. I've made a lot of different roads of places where I've mined into and set up mine shafts. And then there are some places I haven't done at all, right? Like over there. I pretty much every road I litter with torches just to make sure there's no spawns. And then also in this part, I also have this kind of the secondary overlook too. I've got kind of like a treasure chest in here, and I'll show you these. These are all the different unique blocks. So part of me playing Minecraft, I wanted to collect every single thing that I could get, right? So this is kind of my storage chest for that. And then I have some more over here. Here's one of each of all the gear. And then, of course, I have, more of this. I've got the golden apple, which the golden apple freaking took me a long time to find. I can't believe it. It was a lot of dungeons I went through. So I think I did like 6 or 7 of them, and I still couldn't find it. But so this is the most of my house. And then let me show you that other room, and then I can kind of look around the world, all the places I've explored. So this is kind of the first thing I had, like a downstairs idea into a mine shaft area of what I was doing. So I come down here, then I can walk up into the pit. Like I kind of mined all around the spawn area, and my house is at spawn. So oh wow, I can't believe I didn't put torches down here. But yeah, I kind of mined all around the spawn. I didn't really find much because I wasn't going too deep. But yeah, this was kind of like my beginner's mine pit of I didn't really know what I was doing in Minecraft. So I kind of built this pit area right next to spawn, right? But yeah, that's my overwatch, right? It's kind of like a glass balcony, which I thought was pretty cool. And I won't walk through the entire world, but usually my strategy with going through mines and trying to find things is I'll dig either in a ladder type situation, not a ladder, but like a staircase. Like this is just a big staircase down, and I won't go into one. I'll go into one later. And I would also have a kind of like a ladder system. I'll try and find one that's open because I haven't finished exploring that cave system over there. But yeah, now we'll walk on the road for a little bit. And there's still a lot that I haven't explored. I haven't gone very far from spawn at all. I did try, but I was kind of scared to get lost. Or also these signposts I just put down are kind of like markers of saying, hey, here's where I mined in the past. So don't, I don't need to reopen it or anything. But I should find one that's currently open all the way down here. The spawns in Infdev are so funny. All there's piggies. just right here, just the clustered spawns of everything. But oh, okay, well, I'll just open this up to show you one. Yeah, and so the other way I dig mine shafts is kind of like this, where I'll have ladders on the side, and yeah, let's go all the way down here. And then I usually just start strip mining, basically. So I have giant strip mines just to find diamond. And really, I don't actually look for diamonds. Instead, I find more cave areas, and then I explore the cave systems. Sometimes, though, they become just so huge that it's really just hard to explore everything. And I'm just like, well, I don't really care too much about that. I get lost way too easy in this because you don't have a compass or a map. And I do, do a lot of like torches here and there, like torch pathing and closing off mines. And just as an example, I guess, because this is kind of it, right? Like this is what the world is. I'll go over here and see if I can find one that I'm currently working on. Yeah, is this it? Maybe. But with the game, I don't really think I'm going to do an Infdev review or anything like that. I'm not trying to do one. I'm just trying to show you what stuff I've been up to. But there's been some quirks. See, this is open. Okay, I'll go down it and explore some of the cave. There probably won't be any unexplored bits, but there's some quirks about this version a lot. Like, for example, gold. Gold doesn't really work in this version for whatever reason. So yeah, so we went down the staircase, right? And then somewhere there's these strip mines, and it should lead into like a big cave system. Nope. Okay, so this one's closed off. So what I would do in this situation is, because this is the end, I would just block it off like that, right? And then let's see if there's anything down here. Okay, some more. Okay, more strip mines. Maybe I just left this open for strip mining. I shouldn't have, though. Oh, that's the other part of the staircase. Let's see, is there anything here? Nope. Maybe this was just an unfinished strip mine that I kind of forgot and got bored of. Yeah, I guess it is. So, I'll cut here and then take us to an actual mine. And we're back. So I cut me going out. All I did was left up. And there should be a mine shaft over here, which we should be able to go into. And I can show you what an unfinished one kind of looks like, and what I kind of do every time I play, right? Is just kind of load it up, go mine down into a mine shaft, find a cave, and try to, finish off this cave. Oh, dang it. Oh, well. Yeah, so I think this one is actually, yeah, this one's, okay, every path, so I usually do 4 per each, right? So you can see I've closed off this side, this side, this side, 4, 1 for each direction, except for this one down here. And you can kind of see the fog. It's so far away. Also, I mentioned to Harambe that, man, block generation, especially for diamonds and gold and iron, they seem to be very sparse, right? Like, you can spend several hours into this just strip mining and you won't find any diamonds at all, which is very different from what I have been told about the newer versions. So, if you do play these older versions, don't expect to find, the nice stuff extremely quickly. It's actually fairly difficult to find things, even if you're using caves. So yeah, so this one I've been working on for maybe 2 or 3 days, and a lot of this closed off stuff is just sections of the caves that have dead ends. And so I usually try to go down to a fork in the mine shaft, which is here, right? So I have a left and right path. Left is going to take me to this very huge, going up, and then I think going all the way down again. So let's see. Yep, and so it goes up, and then let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can see how certain things, some of the forks will just loop. And if I had, doing this in my spare time, then I would just you know, section it off. Oh no, I'm going around in a loop again. So yeah, okay, here's a good example. I would just block this one off and say, okay, so that, you know, quit going around in a loop every single time. And that would kind of stop that, right? So instead of going around this way, let's go this way instead. And this will take us into another part of it. Hey, there we go. Also, I play on hard. So I don't really play on normal or easy. It's very easy to die, especially if they get you in a corner. Zombies are actually pretty... zombies and spiders are probably the worst, just because they can lock you into a corner and you die. So, but yeah, so there's still some mine blocks that I haven't mined in this big area. There's some gold up there I haven't even mined. And yeah, so this is kind of where I would explore out and try to go to end and say, oh, okay, what's all the way down here, and then try to come to a dead end, and then section it off, and then just keep on sectioning off until I find everything. So, okay, so we're back up out of the mine, and I'm walking back to my house, and I do really like this ambience of kind of old Minecraft, how this looks, right? Especially when it's night. And I've just come up from the mine shaft and I'm going back to my house. There's nice torches. There's a big like sea. And it just feels very comfy, I would say. Like, you know, some people talk about Minecraft, old Minecraft being spooky. I don't really think it's spooky. It's just more, it's just nice, right? I sometimes listen to the Minecraft music, which I haven't for Infdev, but, you know, you can have the music going, you could have your own music going, and it's just a really nice vibe you get out of old Minecraft. It's pretty enjoyable. So now that we're back at my house, there's going to be a last thing I want to talk about, or well, two things. The first thing is, you might be wondering, why don't I have like mine carts and mine tracks everywhere, right? Well, they don't work. There is no redstone in this version. So I need to go grab my mine cart and I will come back down. But yeah, there's no redstone in this version, so you can't build sort of all this engineering feats. And this is, you know, redstone actually comes in the version after this, the alpha. And that's kind of when you can start building things. And so when I got this version, I was like, oh, I got a minecart. I can, you know, I can do all kinds of cool stuff with this, you know, and I can start riding around. But in reality, all it does is just kind of, you know, this is it, right? You can't really make it go faster. You know, it's very, it's very bad, right? And it goes off the track like that sometimes, and you can like push it a little bit. And yeah, so if you're wondering like why I don't have this everywhere to get around faster, this is why. This is it. There's also a cool thing I can show you with the piggies. I'm not entirely too sure if it's in the newer versions or not. It might be, but you get a saddle and you can ride a pig, so that's pretty cool. You can't really control him. He just walks around, and I checked to see if he would despawn because I was like, oh, I could have a pet pig, and yeah, it just didn't work like that at all. So the last thing I was going to mention before saying goodbye to this world is that I came out with kind of like a to win guide, and this will be appearing on the screen. And this is just a text, you know, basically something I wrote in Notepad. That's kind of like a checklist of things to do in Infdev, and it's a pretty cool guideline of like what is there to do and what you should do. I try to make things like, oh, you should build a 3-story house, or oh, you need to go conquer a pyramid, you need to conquer these dungeons, you need to obtain these items so that you can say, hey, I actually completed this version of Minecraft. So I'm gonna put this on GitHub, and the link will be in the description. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.